Howdy y'all, Stock Warden here back with another video, and today we're going over Lithium Americas Corporation. This is a stock that we've been searching over for the past couple of months on this channel, and as we've been pushing for what Thacker Pass is and what Thacker Pass will be, has now shown up. So with a well over 100% jump in the stock pricing due to the government's huge interest in LAC. I mean, it's just something that is a feat to behold, and something that we've all been able to see this coming for quite some time, since LAC had acquired Thacker Pass and was actually pushing into the creation for mining, along with their big partnership for General Motors as well. So all of that gained the government's attention, and now the government is wanting to put in their own stake into this company and into Thacker Pass itself. So whenever that happens, that's going to speed everything up even faster than what we originally thought. So where we believed this stock was going to be a extreme long hold until they could get a phase 1 or a phase 2 up and actually start pulling really good rare earth minerals and metals out of this place, it's going to be supercharged, people, and I hope y'all ready for it. So get saddled up, saddled in, strapped in, and get ready for this rocket to take flight, as if it already hasn't. So, but as it stands right now, they are still stating that with the valuation of LAC, where it came from, where it's at now, along with what the U.S. government is wanting to do, they are still keeping a solid buy and hold with a price target at $5 a share for Lithium Americas. So what does that mean? Does that mean that Lithium Americas is going to drop back down to $5 a share? I don't know. It's not necessarily impossible, but as the way that this stock is pushing as it stands right now, where you had a bottom rocket off at $5 a share out of nowhere, and it just continued up, where it ended up closing at $6 a share yesterday, but its highest peak was at $6.30 yesterday, and then our starting point today was even higher than the highest high yesterday. So it's still possible that this stock can still jump, but it's also still possible that this oversized candle here could be due to everybody trying to get in before it explodes, even though it's already exploded. So we'll just have to see what ends up coming of this new government uptick for LAC and how they plan on viewing what they're going to do with Thacker Pass, and also to kind of get into some of the percentages, whether LAC is going to get rid of some of their percentage markup, or if they're going to possibly water it down a little bit, so then the government can have their 10%, along with GM having their large percentage, and then having LAC obviously having the bulk of these shares here. So it's going to be something that's going to be pretty interesting to see how it all plays out and how it's going to continue to grow. But nonetheless, this is a new mine that is starting out, and that is going to continue. So it has huge strength in everything that it's doing. So, but right now, as everything stands with the percentage of ownerships of all of this, the Thacker Pass is where Lithium Americas holds 62%, and they're the ones that operate the mine. And then you also have General Motors that owns the other 38%, by them agreeing to purchase huge amounts of future output. So now you're going to try to add in 10% into this for the U.S. government. So is that 10% going to come off of LAC? Is it going to come off of GM? Or is it going to be split a little bit between the two? So that'll be a little bit interesting to see, because that can have a huge impact on this stock, especially if they end up taking that full 10% out of LAC, where then they only hold 52%, which is very, very small marginally for them to be able to try to hold just a little over that 50% for Thacker Pass to retain ownership all the way across the board. So right now, Thacker Pass is expected to be one of the largest lithium sources in North America, with operations scheduled to begin in late 2027. So with us looking into late 2027, we already know that everything's prep work, and on top of that, they don't have a whole lot going into it right now, which it's set for late 2027, but if the government actually does get in with this 10%, there could be a whole new set of funding and a whole new set of people that could come into play, where that late 2027 could end up coming in faster. So, and they're also talking about renegotiating a $2.26 billion Department of Energy loan for the Thacker Pass project in Nevada as well. So those are two things that are going to be looking absolutely huge for Lithium Americas, looking huge for the U.S. government, looking huge for the stock investors, and everything else all the way around. So it's definitely something to hold on to and to check out. So I know I've definitely had a great cash out on this stock, on how well it's performed so far, but I'm determined to see where it's going to go over the next couple of days, because I'm sure with tomorrow being Friday, it's either going to stay about where it is, or it could possibly jump higher. But the worst part is if they end up having a huge sell-off of short sales, since it went from, even once the initial jump at $5 a share came in, if it jumped and they had a lot of rush buyers came in to ride the train up, just to be able to sell when it crashes. So, but no matter what, we have an extremely strong resistance level down here at 250. So you don't have to worry about the stock completely bottoming out or losing anything. You just, if you buy high right now, you just might end up having to wait a little while for you to end up coming back and breaking even. But I would not worry about this stock completely going out or bankrupt, especially with the government getting involved, and GM as well, even though GM is notorious for needing government buyouts and bankrupts for a whole number of reasons, being GM, as they have had multiple bankruptcies in the past, multiple government buyouts in the past. Lithium Americas in itself is definitely going to be here to stay. So this is a stock that I'm going to continue covering, that I've been holding for quite some time now, and that I've also been covering on this channel to spread this great stock out to you guys. So I hope y'all were able to see this video soon enough where y'all were able to get in and load the boat early, so then you didn't end up missing this great stampede that happened the past 2 days. So, well, I hope y'all liked the video. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all on the next video. So this is a Stock Warden riding off. Y'all come back now, you hear?